77 WABC.
The following program does not necessarily reflect the views of WABC Radio.
Hey girl, what's up? I know, it's 1 a.m., so what are we doing? Oh yeah, let's totally go to that place. I love that place. Wait a minute. What is that? No, shut up for a second. There's like a light in the sky, or a bird, or something. Oh no, oh my god, it's getting closer. Oh my god, it's gonna hit me. Ah! It's an angel. Really? Oh my god, it's Frankie Russo. Yep, it's Frankie. I know, I thought he was a janitor at the local boxing gym too.
I guess you're half right. What's up, girl? Oh no! I did it again! I messed up my coordinate system!
Hey guys, it's the Frankie Russo Show, and here's Frankie.
How you doing out there? How you doing? Welcome to RussoNation.tv, home of America's Team.today. And guess what? This is yours truly, Frankie Russo. Woo! Got a great show for you tonight. Great show. You know, major shout out. You know, hey, I'm a Yankee fan. I'm not going to front on y'all. But I got to give the Mets prop. They had a better team than the Yankees this year. It was a great season. Yo, I would have took Harvey out after he walked that cane, dude. You know? But truth be told, special shout out New York Mets. Great season. I'm hoping my Yankees come back next year, though. You better believe it. 800-848-9222. I'd love to hear from you. Social media, Twitter and Facebook. Send a shout out, a message, and tell me what you're thinking live. And I'll shout it out live. Live internet stream, Facebook.com/Frankie Russo Show. And you got to go to the Frankie Russo video YouTube channel. Tell your friends, you know what I'm saying? A new Frankie Russo initiative. Join America's team and get a t-shirt. I got some things cooking on this thing. I'm going to come out with it real soon with 77 WABC's Love Me Hate Me kid from Brooklyn, Frankie Russo. Discounted membership fees with t-shirts, discounted merchandise and events with interesting news and updates. Join America's team with 77 WABC's Frankie Russo. Brooklyn Tea Party meeting November 8th this Sunday. Hunter Steakhouse. It's an informal meeting. I'm going to have hard copies of the Brooklyn Tea Party Constitution, and we'll have a cup of coffee, and we'll ask questions about the Constitution on this Sunday for between 12 and 2 at Hunter Steakhouse, 94th Street and 4th Avenue, and then we'll look to have a meeting in December, the first Sunday in December, and see if people want to have ratified the Constitution, and we'll take it from there. 800-848-9222. This is 77 WABC's Love Me Hate Me kid from Brooklyn, Frankie Russo. I also did a prep show this evening about 11:50. It was really cool, you know. I got this model. It's 5 months, and I've been working on this thing for 5 months. And, you know, I say it every week. The Iranian Global Terror Network is the footprint. It's not Operation Zero footprint with the Iranian Global Terror Network. It is huge. And let me tell you something, okay? This Iranian Global Terror Network blows away this notion of the Sunni-Shia divide. Outside the Iranian Global Network, hey, there's evidence that it exists. Inside the Iranian Global Terror Network, the Sunni-Shia divide doesn't exist. It does not exist. 800-848-9222. I just want to kick to this article. I ran into it in my research because I'm always adding things to this model that I've been working on with Iran and how the bomber, I got the Iranian Global Terror Network with the bomber, the illegal president, Muslim from Indonesia, with the Clinton Foundation, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, capitulating from 1998 to today, to where Iran now is getting back $150 billion, holding on to $43 billion of U.S. restitution money, and nobody cares, So I read into this article, Hamas to the UN. I thought it was kind of crazy. Hamas, this summer, it's the New York Post editorial, July of 2015. Hamas just gained a foothold at the United Nations. And about the only consolation is the vote was surprisingly close, according to the New York Post. That's unusual for a world body where the third world majority and many of its Western allies normally march in lockstep, especially when it comes to opposing Israel, unfortunately. But the bottom line is the London-based Palestinian Return Center has just won accreditation as a non-governmental organization by a 16-13 vote with 18 abstentions of the UN Economic Social Council. Interestingly, they'll have full access to UN facilities and a right to participate, including the Anti-Human Rights Council, the Anti-Israel Human Rights Council. Crazy. Israel led the opposition to the group's approval, and Washington also voted no, saying it had serious concerns about the group's background and activities. Concerns like the inclusion of several top Hamas activists. Remember, Hamas is the Palestinian branch of Muslim Brotherhood, according to nctc.gov. And their involvement with both Muslim Brotherhood and Interpol, a U.S.-designated terror group that funnels cash to Hamas. The PRC, the Palestinian Return Center, denies accusations, has filed a defamation lawsuit, as usual, right? It also hints that an Israeli... Okay, well, once again, you got this whole thing. It's us and Israel against the world, basically. So, interestingly enough, it's telling that immediately after the vote, the PRC leader, a longtime Hamas activist, publicly thanked Iran and Sudan, whose leader is wanted for genocide for their efforts. So, truth be told, what we got here is an Iranian global terror network, and we know based on the Congressional Research Service, we could throw that into the mix, that Iran gives tens of millions of dollars to Hamas and drops rockets on Israel. And we, with our leadership, we allow this. For all of a sudden now, it's all about the radical Islamists. So in other words, what we're doing here is Iran holds $43 billion of U.S. restitution money, and they get $150 billion back. And this is the new game in town. You know what I'm saying? They're capitulating. Obama, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, the Clinton Foundation. We talked about Uranium One with Russia. We talked about the Interpol. We talked about the Bally Aviation, where the Clinton Foundation has been enabling the European countries like Sweden to get around the sanctions with Iran. Now it's come out the Deutsche Bank has been doing that from the late 90s to the early 2000s, 2006, and probably till today. They've been going around sanctions, particularly with the Iran, Syria, and North Korea, the world state sponsors of terror, according to the United States government agencies. So, everybody's getting into this game with the money. They give us all this subterfuge and all these different things. Now, before I go to calls, I'm going to go take this a step further. ISIS. We had that Russian plane and there's speculation that there's a bomb or whatever, and we're going to let the information come out. Now, I just want you to understand, I'm going to take some calls. ISIS. I talked about this on my pre-show. ISIS, Islamic State of Syria. What do we know? Mainstream media, Al-Qaeda in Iraq birthed ISIS. According to the United States Treasury Department, Iranian Ministry of Intelligence and Security materially supported Al-Qaeda in Iraq, ISIS. U.S. Treasury Department, Qatari national Al-Numani, terror financier, provided $2 million weekly indefinitely, for an indefinite period of time, to Al-Qaeda in Iraq, ISIS. In addition, al-Numani, the Qatari national, provides hundreds of thousands of dollars to Yassin al-Zawahiri, A-L-S-U-R-I. He's a United States Treasury Department terrorist designee. Al-Zawahiri, an Al-Qaeda affiliate, head of the Al-Qaeda-Iran nexus in Zahedan city of Iran. They live in Iran. Investigative reporter and guest investigative journalist, this guy's amazing, Kenneth Tillerman, author of Dark Forces, Truth About Benghazi, in an interview claims Iranian Quds Force and General Soleimani floats currency in Iraqi banks, and Iranian Quds Force garners $2 billion annually from that currency float. And then the Fox Business News recently reports U.S. dollars funneled through Iraqi banks to Iranian banks, funneled to ISIS. So basically, it can be I think this is statistically significant, that we can say with some certainty, maybe, I think, with high probability, ISIS, which is a Sunni militia, at least is controlled by Iran. Truth be told, the Iranian Global Terror Network. It's real. 800-848-9222. I'm going to kick to Louie in Connecticut. What's poppin', Lou?
Hey, Frankie, how you doing tonight?
Good, my brother. Good. What's going on?
Hey, I was just wondering if you got as much of a kick out of it as I did with Hillary's gaffe the other day, talking about presidential criminal records.
I heard about that briefly. Fill me in on that. I heard about that briefly.
Yeah. I think she had a Freudian slip there. You know?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know
I enjoyed it. I'm hoping the wheels start to fall off the bus there for her eventually.
I hope so. The Washington Free Beacon is reporting that she signed that document that claims that, that she has to be very cautious with these classified documents. That if she isn't cautious with these classified documents, that she's violating the law. So I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe this is gonna, I don't know. That's a great point. I mean, it's really crazy because I believe that she's pulling the Obama thing. Like she's gonna keep going. Hopefully, she does well in these primaries. That's her goal, and then they're just gonna leave her alone. But I don't know. If they indict her, I'll be shocked. Wouldn't you?
Oh, I would, for sure.
I mean, obviously she deserves to be. I mean, she don't deserve to be running. I mean, we all know that. But unfortunately, look what we're dealing with over here.
Well, because we have half a brain,
It's incredible. I mean, I honestly, my brother, I don't understand. Well, we do understand. It's just amazing to me because every week I work on this Iranian Global Terror Network, which I think is something that has to be looked at. We can't. The economy is something also that I watch, and I'm very concerned about it, even though the market is on a run right now. Yeah. I believe that's a ruse, that's a deception. And I think that, we're looking like Christmas. I know I keep saying this because obviously, the powers that be are in control. But sure. I don't feel too comfortable about this economy, let alone, and then this Iranian situation where they're going to get $150 billion back. And
that's a joke.
Right? And
that's
they're holding.
A joke.
They're holding $43 billion of U.S. restitution money.
Yeah.
Just to give you an idea, the Iranian case on 9/11, the plaintiffs won a $6 billion in damages case against Iran. And, they're not going to pay that back. The Crowbar case, which is the underbelly to my model, the Crowbar case, which was a bombing in Saudi Arabia on an American military base, and it killed hundreds. They killed hundreds of Americans, right?
Yeah.
It came out 10 years later, because this is what the politicians do. They count on the information to come out later. 10 years later, it was Iran. And Iran lost the case. The damages were in hundreds of millions of dollars. Do you think Iran gave them the money?
No, nothing.
So this is like the only time we got some sort of restitution against Iran right now anyway, where Iran had to actually pay, was the 650 Fifth Avenue building, and I talk about that every other week, where Iran lost. It was forfeited and seized to the United States government. The 650 Fifth Avenue building was held by the Shah of Iran, and for Hamas, we took control, and they forfeited because it was the Iranian government that violated the laws, the federal statutes. And what happened now is the Iranian mullahs took it to the higher courts to 2014, and they lost.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's a shame that, right now where the country's at, especially with, now, Obama's going to, you think he's going to push his agenda even more his last,
well, obviously,
months,
and it's unfortunate.
months?
It's unfortunate because nobody wants to really talk about Benghazi, and Benghazi's another Benghazi. I talked about it in my pre-show. I got into the Gaddafi coup d'état with Claire Lopez's data, and then I went into the actual event. I mean, it is horrific.
This is like, if you ignore it long enough, it's going to go away. And that's what I think
exactly.
the
but what happens is too.
Party uses.
Great point, my brother. And then what they're going to do is they're going to eventually hope that the information on Benghazi comes out later rather than sooner, and everybody will get. Everybody, unfortunately, will. Their hope is to get away with it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
My brother, thank you for the call, man.
Me and you, they would string us up. But, hey, listen, I want to give a quick shout out.
Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
Just give a shout out to my buddy Dave, Randy, and Dan fighting a good fight tonight.
God bless you, my brother. Thank you for the call.
Yeah, you too.
800-848-9222. Got to join America's team and get a T-shirt with 77 WABC's Let Me Hate Me Kid from Brooklyn, Frankie Russo. 800-848-9222. I'm going to go to Joey in Toms River. What's popping, Joey? You there, Joey? Joey, Toms River? You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's up, my brother? How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Frankie?
Good. What's going on, man?
My call. Did you catch the View today? Hear any comments on what happened on the View?
Yeah, I saw what happened with. I saw the highlights of the Carly Free Arena thing, man.
I'll tell you that Whoopi Goldberg. She's my God.
What is? Hey, listen, the liberal. If they don't like the conservative ladies, man, unbelievable.
And she was so on the money. The liberals. They can't deal with a conservative woman. They can't deal with it.
Hey, I don't understand.
Flabbergasted them.
My brother, I don't understand because I believe, quite frankly, that this whole thing is like a subterfuge to get everybody not to really deal with the issues. Because basically, we all got to eventually get down to the nitty gritty over here and fix this thing.
What Obama did today with the pipeline.
Oh my God! I mean, who the hell?
He's a madman. I mean, really a madman. It's all political BS.
What do you think about the Russian thing with the plane? What do you think about that? That's scary, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a bomb or not. I'll tell you, if they're messing around with Putin, they're messing around with the wrong guy. He's not an Obama.
That is true. And, I'm not taking.
By no stretch of the imagination.
I'm not taking Putin.
Wipe them all up.
Yeah, I'm not taking Putin's side. He only, he's for Russian interests. But the truth be told,
I mean, Russian interests. I understand that.
Yeah.
But there's such radicals, ISIS, that they don't care about what Russia does.
Yeah, but ISIS. Everybody talks about ISIS, ISIL, Al Qaeda, but the real guy over here, I'm telling you, bro, it's the Iranian Global Terror Network. They co-op everybody. I'm telling you. And the truth be told, with this thing with the plane, according to British intelligence and American intelligence, it's very, 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 very conceivable that it was a bomb.
Yeah, well, that's what they're saying.
So I mean, obviously, we're going to wait. Hopefully, in a week, we'll have more definitive data.
Who knows?
But,
Frankie.
Yeah, I agree with you. You're right. You're 100% right.
And not every day there's a story in the headlines. I can't keep up with it no more.
I can't. You're 100%. I'm trying.
I mean, really. I mean, just think about it. Yeah. Just think about the last month, all the issues that came up in the news.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, you could.
This is past week.
O'Reilly tonight. Get on George Will tonight.
Oh my God! Did you see that?
Did you see that tonight?
Oh, it was unbelievable. I never seen that.
I couldn't believe O'Reilly. He wanted to choke him.
Right. I mean, I don't know all the facts there. I mean, O'Reilly was going off on Will. I felt bad. Honestly, I like O'Reilly. I like O'Reilly, and he says some things I like, some things I don't like.
Yeah.
Same thing with George Will. I mean,
George Will's a little offbeat.
I mean, I don't know who's who and what's what, but that was an unbelievable television, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I was amazed.
Amazing.
O'Reilly tonight.
And then he called him out. He called him a hack.
Yeah.
I mean, George Will is, he's an intelligent guy.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
He's on Fox all the time.
Yeah, I mean he's a well thought out. He's well thought out. I mean I like O'Reilly too. Don't get me wrong.
In the paper, he writes a column every day.
Yeah, I mean George Will is a well thought out guy. Hey Joey, man, thank you for the call, my brother.
Hey, you're welcome. Have a good weekend.
You too. 800-848-9222. You got to join America's team and get a T-shirt with 77 WABC's Love Me Hit Me kid from Brooklyn, Frankie Russo. We're going to kick to Tommy in the Bronx. What's poppin', Tommy?
Yes,
This PLO, Tommy!
Well, anyway, I'd like to say this. We're wasting time. I'd like to say this, that the tragedy that happened...
You must be happy. Hamas
is in the UN Sinai. I think the U.S. Army should go in and invade the Sinai and take it away from Sisi because he doesn't have the right ability to hold it properly and to take care of all the bad characters that are in the area.
Really?
Yeah, and then they could create a homeland for the Palestinian people in that particular area.
Listen, my brother.
This is what should be done.
Tommy, really, I respect you. I don't agree with your opinion. That's why I call you PLO Tommy. Don't you understand?
Well, no, you don't.
Don't you understand? You know Hamas. You must be happy. Hamas
I'm talking about a homeland for
I'm going to agree to
people that
disagree
are
with you, my brother. I'm
and
going to
miserable.
Yeah, but wait a second. Do you actually believe that giving Palestine, whatever they are, Palestinian, whatever, a homeland, that's going to solve the problem?
It would solve a big part of
you
the
really
problem.
think so?
Absolutely.
In all honesty, you really think so? Maybe 50 years ago? Not today, bro. This is called global dominance.
Better late than never, Frankie.
I don't agree with you, my brother.
Better late than
They
never.
don't recognize the right of Israel to exist. If they don't recognize the right of Israel, there's nothing to negotiate.
They would recognize it.
But you must be happy, though, because they're Hamas.
It has to be put down in an affirmative manner.
They must, you know something. You must be happy because Hamas now is in the UN. So you must be happy. The terrorists are getting money back. Hamas is in the UN.
Listen to me. The Palestinian people have nothing to do with
thank you for the call.
Iran.
I'm going to agree to disagree with you.
You can take them away from this insanity.
Wait. You don't understand. Palestine, right? This Palestinian thing is really the Iranian global terror network.
By keeping people miserable, we're going to create more problems.
Don't you understand that they want
like Syria?
Tommy, I'm moving. I'm moving. Let me go to Dave in Bayonne. Thank you for the call, Tommy. Dave in Bayonne. People don't understand, man. This is the Iranian global terror network. Iran gives Hamas tens of millions of dollars plus rockets to drop on Israel. And unfortunately, the Obama, Hillary Clinton, John Kerry, Bill Clinton administration with the Clinton Foundation, they favor the radical Islamists. If you're more radical, you kill Americans, you get money.
Wake up.
You get weapons. They look what they did with Libya. They according to Claire Lopez, they changed sides. They gave money and weapons to the Qatari with Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Qatari, and Obama administration. They gave weapons to the Libyan Islamic Fighting Group to overthrow Gaddafi. And then guess what? They turned on us and they took out the unfortunate hit on the 4 Americans in Benghazi. And nobody wants to talk about how the Quds Force, according to Kenneth Tillerman, is right there with General Soleimani materially supporting Libyan Islamic Fighting Group metamorphosizes into Ansar al-Sharia, according to Hillary Clinton emails, the United States Treasury Department, the State Department, the nctc.gov website. This is crazy stuff. So the more radical they are, they could hold Iran. They hold on to $43 billion of U.S. restitution money. Clinton blocked the Americans from getting money in his presidential directive 99-1, October 21st, 1998. Kenneth Tillerman, okay, and then Obama blocked the Palestinian. The plaintiffs, Americans in Israel, were suing the Palestinian Authority government for restitution. He blocked that. So all these guys are blocking. They're enabling European countries to get around the sanctions. We got one big freaking criminal enterprise over here. The Obama Hillary Clinton Foundation Criminal Enterprise. 800-848-9222. I'm going to go to Gary in Inwood, and I'm going to go to I'm sorry, Dave. What's up, Dave? Sorry, man.
Okay, Frankie.
How you doing,
Frank,
brother?
I've been listening for about 6 months now, and I'll tell you, I've learned more information on your show about Iran than any of these other shows.
Well, thank you, my brother. I appreciate that. You know, I put a lot of work into that because, quite frankly, I believe besides the economy, which is obviously the biggest threat to our way of life, we got these politicians who have sided with Iran.
You're right. One big criminal enterprise, and that's what it is.
My brother, you know, I start off with the 650 Fifth Avenue case, and I talk about it every week, where the Shah of Iran owned that building, and then he was put in exile, and the mullahs took it over.
Right.
I go from there. I go to the it goes from there. It goes to the Blind Sheikh's Mosque. Because the Alevi Foundation, which is with Bank Melli of Iran was deemed by the United States Treasury Department to be proliferators of weapons of mass destruction.
Jeez.
So what they do is they take money and they give it to Hamas, they give it to Hezbollah, they give it to the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, they give it to the Quds Force with General Soleimani. So this is like one big funnel of money and one big criminal enterprise. And the Blind Sheikh who got in, he was on 3 terror watch lists. Check this out. He married an American Muslim convert.
Oh, my God.
According to Andrew McCarthy, it was so egregious, the immigration authorities, that he got in and he ended up the 1993 World Trade Center bombing, the 9/11 bombing, unfortunate hit. Then you got the Holy Land Foundation trial, all with United States dollars going to Hamas. And then you got Iran giving
them $150 billion. That's insane.
Right? And so
what is going on?
Right. So they're putting this Islamo-Nazi group on horseback.
Yeah.
And we're looking at a footprint because this General Soleimani likes to operate from a zero footprint setup.
Right.
They are the Loch Ness Monster. Their footprint is huge. You got the Crowbar. Let me give you an example. The Crowbar Towers.
Right.
10 years later, it came out that it was Iran.
Right.
The bombing of Kenya, the Kenya embassy, the United States embassy in Kenya, according to Dr. Matthew Levitt, it was Iran.
There's always a footprint back to them.
Back to them. 10 years later, it comes out. So now we got Benghazi, right? Now everybody's hoping that this information, you got the Democrats playing the political game with Benghazi. Right. Benghazi, according to Kenneth Tillman, went over there. I got us to, on my model, I get to Iran through this guy, through this radical Islamist called Mohammed Jamil, the Egyptian Jamil network.
I have to look him up on it.
Yeah, Mohammed Jamil. You got to check it out.
Hey Frank, just a quick story.
Sure, my brother.
On a lighter note, a friend of mine used to listen to Bob Grant. He was a big fan, and Tom used to call up from the Bronx all the time. And my friend found a lost puppy dog. The dog was abandoned, so he took the dog in and he named the dog Palestinia. The dog is still alive today. Take care, Frankie.
Thank you for the call, my brother. God bless you. 800-848-9222. You got to join America's team and get a T-shirt with 77 WABC's Frankie Russo. We're going to kick to Howard from Westchester. This is the Westchester Tea Party. What's poppin', Howard?
Oh, hey, how are you guys doing tonight?
Good, my brother. How are you?
Doing great. I know there's a lot of people from Westchester listening, from the North Bronx and maybe the western part of Connecticut. I want to invite everybody to come to the Tea Party meeting Tuesday night because we're going to have a debate watching party again.
Nice.
We got a speaker coming down from Albany. It's the council from the SCOPE organization,
wow.
Shooters Committee on Political Education. She's going to give us a talk, tell us what they're doing, and then we're going to watch the debate and have a straw poll.
Sounds great. So what are you thinking, bro? Honestly, Howard, I'm looking at these candidates, and I'm not. The only guy I like is DT. Who are you leaning toward? Don't tell me Ted Cruz.
I'm still open on the whole thing.
You know Ted Cruz is a shell game, right?
I'm watching.
He's a shell game. He's born in Canada. Ted Cruz was born in Canada.
I know that, but he had 2 American parents. I'm not
No,
sure
he didn't. No, he didn't. This is crazy, bro. He's born in Canada. His mother was born here.
Yeah.
So if we continue along these lines and we don't vet these candidates, we're looking at birthright citizens being eligible to run for president of the United States. Is that what you want?
I don't know. I'm still open on finding out. I wanted to watch it shake out a little bit before I make any kind of commitment.
Howard, you're a real involved guy. I mean, I'm amazed on the things you guys get accomplished. You got a great group. It doesn't bother anybody that these candidates don't get vetted?
Yeah, I mean, people are upset, they're concerned, but they're so upset with what's going on now.
But how are we going to fix this thing?
Looking for things.
But Howard, how are we going to fix this thing if we don't vet these candidates, bro? Why don't we look at Hillary Clinton, right? She could get away with this. If she continues and she does well in the primaries, they're going to leave her alone. The Democrats are going to leave her alone.
I know. And you know something? If they convict her, Obama's going to give her a clemency before release.
This is crazy, man. She could get indicted and she's still looking to run for... I never heard... You know something? It's really amazing to me how this whole thing evolves. And, I hate to sound like a broken record and I'm alarmist, but we should just be vetting these candidates. We should know more about these candidates. Are they foreign influenced? Have the Petraeus standard? Have they violated their intelligence classification? She obviously has. Though Petraeus was a confidentiality thing, she's a classified. She's a Secretary of State. I mean, this is like unconscionable.
Yeah, I mean,
and nobody cares. I mean, it's just like Ted Cruz is born in Canada. You go to Putin and tell him an American wants to be president of Russia. He'll put a bullet in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, my brother. Howard, man.
Okay, it's a Sports Page restaurant in White Plains for those who want to come out Tuesday night.
God bless you, my brother. Thank you for the call, man.
Thank you.
800-848-9222. We're going to pump the Trump, baby. He's our only shot. Tell me if there's somebody else. I mean, I don't know, man.
Pump the Trump. Pump the Trump. Pump the Trump. Pump the Trump.
Welcome to the boardroom.
Donald Trump, it is what it is. You can love him or hate him, but the game is all his. Critics say he's not presidential, but he's got the skills we all find essential. Cause man, our country's business is bruised and busted. Our currency's weak, these dudes can't be trusted. Our allies are mad, enemies locked and loaded. Don't be misinformed when it's your time for voting.
You're fired.
Pump the Trump. Pump the Trump. Pump the Trump. Pump the Trump.
800-848-9222. This is the Frankie Russo Show. Donald Trump's the man. We're going to go to Gary and Inwood. What's poppin', Gary?
Good evening, Frankie. As always, thanks for taking my call.
Always a pleasure, my brother.
Thank you, sir. Regarding Trump, see if you're as angry and disgusted as I was when I saw those commercials.
Oh, my God. Did you see
know where
that?
I'm going with this, right?
Oh, my God. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, with those little Latino.
How do you do something like that?
Well, what I say is, what is the mindset of the parents? You can't obviously you can't get angry at the kids. They don't know any.
They don't know any better.
But I mean, what is the family mindset? That do they think this is cute? Do you gather around in a family circle and say, "There's my kid on television"?
Unbelievable. Cursing.
Go ahead, Frank.
No, sorry, man. Cursing.
No,
it's like
right.
Incredible, right?
Yeah, and the thing is, too, is as far as the kids go, Mommy and Daddy put me there, so everything's all right. How would my parents steer me wrong?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I'm with you, my brother. I was flawed. I was absolutely flawed, man.
I thought that was really disgusting. Listen, on that, may I give you a compliment, my friend?
Oh, thank you, my brother.
You're quite well. Listen, I gauge the time you come on. You come on approximately 106 to 107.
Right.
So your 1 hour show is approximately 53 minutes.
Right.
And you managed in that time frame to condense and give out and disseminate information in a short period of time is absolutely amazing. That what you do.
Well, Gary, thank you. I try my best. I love the work, and I want to be as informative as I can to the people, be as honest as I can. I like to have an honest discussion. I'm on the outside looking in, like everybody else. I don't sit on the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
You're past trying. Imagine if you had 2 hours.
Oh, I'd have a blast. I'd be.
Oh my! So would your listeners. I tell you that people would have to hold on tight when you start talking.
Thank you, Gary. Gary, man, thank you so much for the compliments.
One last thing before you go.
Go ahead, my brother.
2 weeks in a row, you've mentioned Loch Ness. I'm going there in April. Loch Ness is a big passion of mine, and I will physically be on Loch Ness in April with my son.
Get out of here. Wow.
Yeah, that's my thing. I followed that for the last 45 years.
Yeah, because I try to use the analogy, the footprint.
Oh, yeah. That was a fabricated thing with a hippo planter that they use for that footprint.
Oh, really?
But,
oh, wow.
Yeah, that is my passion, Loch Ness. So as soon as I heard you say that, I got to pass that on to him.
Thank you so much, Gary. Thank you, man. Thank you for the call. God bless you. Thank you so much.
I love your show, my friend. Keep on going, buddy.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you, man.
You're welcome, Bob.
Thank you. 800-848-9222. Hey, man, that's a beautiful thing. Thank you for the compliments. This is the Frankie Russo Show at 77 WABC. Got to join America's team with the and get a T-shirt. You know what I'm saying? We got to make this happen over here. Okay, we're gonna go to Donna in Long Island. What's poppin', Donna?
Hi, Frankie. How are you tonight?
I'm doing great. I just had a nice call, a nice compliments. I'm feeling the love, and we're going to keep moving. And
that's good.
So what's going on, Donna? How are you?
I'm all right. I don't know. I had a bad week. I had a couple of beers for the first time in years.
Okay.
Literally.
Nothing wrong with that. Did you have fun?
Yeah. Just trying to relax, take it all in.
Okay.
But I did think of a joke for you, and you might like it.
Oh, let's hear it. Is this a new one? I hope it's not.
Yeah, it's a new one.
Okay, cool. Let's hear it.
What is Monica Lewinsky's favorite toast?
Favorite toast?
Yeah, what's her favorite toast?
I don't know. What is it?
Cigars all around and pump up the Trump, fellas.
Oh, my God.
You
giving her a beer? Yeah, give her a beer. Yeah. Donna, thank you for the call.
Sure, no problem.
Thank you for the joke. It was good. It was funny. It was funny. It was so funny. Oh, man. 800-848-9222. We're going to kick to Eric in Colorado. What's poppin', Eric?
Frankie, first time on your show, first time listening. I've heard it was a political show, so I want to use this opportunity to call in. I am an independent candidate for President of the United States.
Are you really?
I am. Yes, I am.
Wow. Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, and I just wanted to use this opportunity.
What's your name, Eric? What?
It's Eric, last name Burrell, B as in Bravo, Orrell.
And you got on the ballot?
I'm an independent candidate, and there are.
Have you gone into signatures? Because if you have, God bless you.
I haven't yet. I'm working on it.
Okay.
There's, as you probably know, there's a different process in all of the 50 states and District of Columbia for a candidate to get onto the ballot.
Sure.
And I tried that process in Colorado, and due to some rules that were set forth by the Colorado Elections Division, it didn't work out. I appealed that decision through the Colorado court system, and it made its way all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court.
Wow!
And it was a good experience in learning government law practice and processes. The petition was denied, but I thought it brought up some good issues. I tried to get on the ballot as an individual candidate without a vice presidential candidate on the paperwork. And there was also an issue about I had to pay a ballot fee, or I had to pay a fee to have the paperwork processed. This was in Colorado, and the future candidates of the Democratic and Republican parties don't have to do that. And they also don't have to get the signatures that I was required to do so. So I thought this is part of the stuff that went into the U.S. Supreme Court case, was saying I think that there should be the same requirements.
So Eric,
for every.
Based on your experiences, right? What do you think? Like, I'm assuming you're going to have, unfortunately, because we need as many independent candidates that can try to game the system for the American citizens. What do you think? Like, who could we? I mean, I think Donald Trump is our only option here. What do you think? Let's say hypothetically, you're facing a daunting undertaking, and I commend you for it. But like, what do you think? Like, what do you think as far as who could we support? I mean, besides Donald Trump, I don't know who else we could support.
Well, I'll say right now that it's still early.
Okay. I mean, I don't know.
Historically at
I'm sick of Clinton. I'm sick of Bush. I'm sick of these freshman senators. I'm sick of people being born in other countries claiming they're natural-born citizens. I'm sick of Northeastern Republicans like Christie saying that he's with the Republicans and he does all these other things against Astorino in New York and doing the selfie with Obama during the 2012 presidential election. I'm tired of all this stuff. Are we going to get somebody who's going to support the American citizens and do the right thing for the American people once and for all? Because once and for all, Eric, don't we have to all come together and sit down and fix this mess? The debt in the economy is going to be a major problem down the road, I think anyway. Eric, thank you for the call, man. 800-84. Thank you, my brother. 800-848-9222. This is the Frankie Russo Show. You got to join America's team and get a T-shirt. Yeah. Felix in Pennsylvania. What's poppin', Felix?
How you doing?
What's up, my brother?
Okay, yeah, I wanted to put something forth, about the Republican enablers.
So many of them. You brought in the Corker bill, which I looked into, remember? That was a great one. And you also brought it. That other thing we spoke about, you called last week. I couldn't get you on the air. Yeah. You raised...
Yeah, the money trail. Why would they enable Iran? Okay, we got to take a look at this.
Okay, go ahead.
Iran's natural enemies, they are going to have to invest all kinds of money in defense systems.
Right.
Because Iran has all this money now, and plus, of course, their nuclear program can go forward, their ballistic program can go forward.
Right.
So all of Iran's enemies, that for self-preservation, they're going to have to invest in weapon systems. So all these corporations that are going to make money off of this, of course they want to see this go through. Now, Rush Limbaugh happened to point out that Iran's infrastructure is crumbling, and it's passenger aircraft industry.
Right.
The airplanes are all old, and they need to be replaced. Well, there's lots of there's aircraft corporations out there drooling to get these contracts. So of course, they're going to be paying off our politicians to enable this all to go through.
Interesting. So I mean that makes a lot of sense. I mean, obviously, Obama's claiming that he gives $150 billion back to Iran, and Iran's going to start, working on the infrastructure of Iran. And we know when the sanctions were economic sanctions were put on Iran heavily, though it didn't stop the centrifuges, the people didn't. They had a coup d'état over there where they had the election fraud, and they don't take care of their people anyway. So this is crazy stuff.
Yeah, but at least it offers an explanation.
Absolutely, Felix.
Again, and rightfully so. You're blaming the Obama administration, but unfortunately, it's almost all our politicians.
Well, it is. I mean, I talk about Obama. I talk about Hillary Clinton. I talk about Bill Clinton, John Kerry. It's a criminal enterprise. The Clinton Foundation.
Boehner, but again,
absolutely, Boehner and the established Republicans.
On the Republican side,
absolutely,
who are only having their pockets lined because you can't understand why they're enabling this stuff to go through.
Absolutely, Felix.
Absolutely makes no sense.
Hey, Felix, could you give us a little?
Yeah, and one more thing. It was a bad news day today. The propaganda machine.
Right.
They came out and said that the average salary for a working person is $25 an hour. That don't seem right.
That don't seem right either, bro.
No, it does not. And then Obama's comment on he stopped the pipeline because he doesn't want to have more dirty petroleum products pumping into our country. This is all brainwashing that's being allowed to go on. So,
absolutely.
But anyway, Frankie Russo Show be pumping the Trump 8 days a week.
Absolutely, my brother.
It, baby. But yeah, keep up the good work. Let's try and get the truth out there, and hopefully maybe we can get some other people into office who are going to do the right thing by the United States of America.
Absolutely, Felix. Thank you for the call.
All right, Frankie. Have a good morning.
You too. God bless. We're under 10.
That's what it is. You can love him or hate him.
I'm going to kick to Curtis in Graham, North Carolina. What's poppin', Curtis?
Hey, are you there?
Yeah, my brother. How you doing?
I'm all right. How about you?
Yeah, man. It's 1:51 in the morning. I'm getting ready. The show goes so fast, you know. Unfortunately, it's 1 hour. It's only 1 hour, but it is what it is at this point.
Like to pile on the compliment there from that other caller. You keep this up, and maybe you'll be national. Of course, if you're being picked up in Colorado, you're about as close to national as.
We're trying. With God's grace, you know, I'm a man of God. I believe in God. With God's grace, we'll get that opportunity, you know.
I heard somebody was picking you up from Bermuda, so.
Are you serious?
That's what I heard.
Wow, that's crazy. I know this 77 WABC is a flamethrower, but that's unbelievable.
That's a powerful station you're at.
Unbelievable. I love it here. But anyway.
I'll tell you what.
How we doing, Curtis?
Well, I'm thinking, all this intrigue and money passing and all of this is really more complicated than it ever deserved to be.
Absolutely.
Now, we've got W in there, and I'm about sick and tired of Bush.
Mm-hmm.
And he fought this war like a Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
See, we shouldn't be nation building. We should be nation annihilating. We should be nation smashing. We should be telling Israel.
So you're going back all the way to Bush?
Oh, absolutely. But we had nothing but Democrats since Reagan left office. And I'm sick of Democrats, period.
Yeah, but you know something, and Felix raised a great point too. You know, I think the Democrats and Republicans are all pretty much they're in this whole thing together, and there's only like a few left in the Republican side, those real staunch conservatives that are holding the line. I think everybody else has been capitulated to this Islamic State, quote unquote, Iranian global terror network that's garnering billions of dollars, and the money is just corrupting our leadership.
But not quite every. Not quite
everybody. You're right. It's not everybody. But it's at least 75% of the Republicans are corrupted.
No, not even that. Because here's something you will find statistically significant.
Okay, let me hear.
All right. Last year, at about this time, we voted by tens of millions to stop Obama, and then Boehner and McConnell and company turned around and said, well, you may have voted for that, but we fake Republicans in Washington are going to go ahead and pass Omnibus. Now, you think about that, the difference between the Republican voter and these so-called Republican officials, it always depends on which Republicans we're talking about.
Hey, I know. I voted for Romney. I voted for John McCain, which was a disaster. I voted for Romney, Paul Ryan. I thought Paul Ryan was his fiscal conservative, and he's for amnesty, right?
Yeah, they're a problem.
I mean, I don't know who to believe anymore. People change their positions every other quarter of the year. I mean, I don't know who to believe anymore.
Which is why I support the man who has held the line on his promises and fought against Obamacare, against the will of Mitch McConnell.
Who's that?
He's kept his word.
Who?
The man who has been saying repeal every word. In other words, when they said repeal and replace in Congress, these talking heads.
Let me hear. Who are you talking about?
Things I love about talking about Obamacare.
Who are you talking about? Who's the candidate?
Well, this man did not say repeal and replace. He said simply repeal every word because there was nothing to replace, nothing that we wanted in the first place.
So who you support? Let me hear.
I still support Cruz.
Oh, God.
He's still an American by the one parent.
How's he American? He's not a natural-born citizen.
You can be born in Germany.
Aren't you sick of that? Don't you want an American where both parents at the time of the birth are United States citizens? That's a natural-born citizen.
If that were the case, he wouldn't be able to be a senator right now. Barack Obama has one un-American parent.
But wait a second.
He has an un-American attitude.
He's got a statistically significant fraudulent selective service card. We know what we went through with his birth certificate. Aren't you tired of this? Why doesn't the United States Senate weigh in like they did on John McCain? Senate Resolution 511. McCain was born on a Panama military base. Why can't we just weigh in and vet everybody? A three-pronged standard, Article 2, Section 1, the Petraeus standard, and the Clinton Foundation standard. Are they foreign influence? Have they compromised their intelligence status? They're classified status.
That's Barack Obama. Though Barack Obama is not Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz is. You know something, Curtis? In all due respect,
in everything he's been doing, he's been fighting the right causes the right way.
Yeah, but that's why he's so well handled. Cruz is so well handled. It's unbelievable. He's got everybody hoodwinked. Okay.
That doesn't change the way he has voted, the way he has fought, and the way he has kept.
He's a freshman senator, like Obama was. I mean, this
Which
is
means
all.
He was an outsider just before he was elected.
You know,
he was praised as an outsider
Curtis,
before, and then
I respect you. You're entitled. As America, everybody's entitled to their opinion, and you know, I'm gonna agree to disagree with you. I want a natural born citizen. I thank you for the call. I want a natural born citizen in the White House. I'm sick and tired of the birth certificate and my mother. You know, my mother's an American. Then she goes to Canada and she changed her status. That's not clear. I'm tired of this stuff. Let's vet these people once and for all. But nobody wants to vet them. Everybody wants to play this shell game, this game of deception and evasiveness. And hey, listen, the truth be told.
Lie about that. He doesn't try to deceive us about that.
Okay. Well, Curtis, I thank you for the call. Okay, but I'm going to agree to disagree with you on this one. Okay, is that fair? You're American. We're all Americans. We're entitled to our opinions. I don't agree with you. Thank you for the call. 800-848-9222. I'm going to go to Maurice in Brooklyn. What's poppin', Maurice?
Gee.
What's up, my brother? How are you?
Keep up your good work.
Thank you, my friend. I
love your. I think we need 2 hours.
Don't I would
2 hours, please.
I wish, my brother. I wish, you know.
Keep up your good work. Love your program. Okay?
Thank you so much. 800.
You're Frankie.
God bless you, Morris. Thank you so much. I got 2 minutes left. Let's try Steve from New Jersey. What's poppin', Steve?
Hey, how you doing?
I got 2 minutes, my brother. What's going on?
Okay, first off, I just want to say this, and I love how you guys actually believe in this election process. I mean, they're nothing but puppets, these politicians.
You're right. I agree with you. 100%.
Both parties, Republicans and Democrats, are owned and controlled by the same people, okay? But anyway, I just want to say on to another point, you definitely have your Zionist script down.
Okay, Steve, thank you for the call. Okay. You're entitled to your opinion. Thank you for the call. This is America. You're entitled to your opinion. I don't agree with you, okay? Israel has a right to exist.
Yeah, well, guess what? Iran, all this lies you're talking about with Iran is just exactly that lie.
How's that a lie?
No evidence.
Let me ask you a question. Steve.
To make them out to be such a boogeyman.
Steve, let me ask you a question.
The biggest sponsor of terrorism.
In 2011,
okay, I love how you turn a blind eye to Saudi Arabia.
In 2011,
a monarchy who had 15.
In 2011. The United States District Courts, in 2011, the United States District Courts, thank you for the call. I'm not going to shout over you. In 2011, the United States District Courts ruled Iran materially supported the Afghan Taliban before, during, and after the World Trade Center attacks on September 11th, 2001. It came out 10 years later. Crowbar Towers, 1996. Hundreds of Americans killed. Thousands of Americans killed. Iran materially supported. It's an Iranian global terror network. Their footprint is huge. Anybody wants to talk to Frankie Russo, stay on the air. You can't keep up with this. You can't. No way. I'll see you in the future.